Welcome to the world of chess, where legends are made and shattered. This video delves into an unforgettable moment when 17-year-old chess prodigy Nodirbeck faced off against the reigning world rapid chess champion, the one and only Magnus Carlsen. This is the King's Knight. First off, let's meet the reigning champion, Magnus Carlsen. With not one, two, but three world rapid championships under his belt, Carlsen was on the verge of claiming his fourth, solidifying his status as one of the greatest chess players ever. And now the rising star Nodirbeck, a 17-year-old grandmaster who had already left a trail of defeated top 10 chess juggernauts, including Levon Aronian and Fabiano Caruana. Nodirbeck was out for blood, and his next target had to be the world champion, Magnus Carlsen. Playing the white pieces, Nodirbeck made the first move, c4. Carlsen then sat and contemplated for 20 seconds before responding with knight to f6. This set the stage for an intriguing English opening with the white pawns on c4 and e4 and the black knights on c6 and f6. The game progressed with both players making strategic moves, including a potential queen trade by Carlsen. Magnus is known for being notoriously good at endgame positions, being able to develop and find wins out of the simplest positions. And so, Nodirbeck declines. This is when Magnus took a leap of faith. Carlsen saw an opportunity to attack, pushing his pawn to g5 and planning to advance to h5, applying more and more pressure to White's king. It is now then Magnus offers another queen trade on g4, attempting once again to trade into an early endgame. Magnus picks up a piece and fidgets with it, usually a sign that he's calculating more intricate and complex lines. Deep into thought, Magnus takes considerably longer than his opponent. It is at this point that Nodirbeck is moving quite quickly. This will later affect Magnus. His body language looks almost visibly uncomfortable. After a few moves, Nodirbeck gets his pawn to g6. Magnus defends with g8, allowing Nodirbeck to push his pawn up once again, one square away from promotion. If promoted, it is almost certain that he will beat the champion. Magnus quickly responds with his queen to h7, attempting to take the pawn. Nodirbeck responds with his queen to h3. Magnus then decides to take the dangerous pawn and trade rooks with his opponent while doing so. Magnus knows Nodirbeck is playing very well. They've now reached a point where all material is equal. However, Nodirbeck has a passed pawn on h2, which is very dangerous. Luckily, Magnus is still able to defend it. Magnus first attempts to defend that with his knight to c5, though it seems to threaten a pawn, really doesn't, as if he takes the pawn, then queen to h3 wins the knight with a check. A few more moves are made and two more pawns are traded off the board. Magnus now knows it's very hard for him to win. He must do everything he can to stop the passed pawn from promoting. If not, it is certain that he will lose to Nodirbeck. Until a pivotal moment when Carlsen played knight g5, forking White's queen and king, forcing a trade of bishop and knight. This was crucial for Carlsen, as it prevented Nodirbeck's pawn from promoting into a queen. Nodirbeck checks the hell out of Magnus Carlsen as it's satisfying to check the world champion. Though Nodirbeck looks to be on the winning end, the game is still completely even. And so, Nodirbeck seized the moment, playing g7, threatening to promote his pawn to a queen. Carlsen responded with an inaccuracy, queen to e5, which while it defends the promoting square, is actually a mistake, only if his opponent sees the move, queen to d1. Nodirbeck misses it. The game is now equal again, and so Magnus takes his revenge and checks the hell out of Nodirbeck. He needs to keep checking so that White cannot promote. After all those checks, it seems to be safe for Magnus, and this game would finally end in a hard-earned draw. However, Carlsen was running out of time. Under pressure, he played the worst possible move on the board. He moves his pawn up one square, allowing Nodirbeck to play a devastating move, queen to d2. This put his king in check while targeting the pawn Magnus just pushed. This move forced Carlsen to play the only move that didn't result in a check, Only there was a sequential move that did result in a check. It was the square that his queen covers. This led to Magnus's immediate resignation. In an instant, Nodirbeck had orchestrated a queen trade, allowing his pawn to be promoted to a queen, and dashing Carlsen's hopes of securing the 2021 World Rapid Championship. This game was a rollercoaster of strategic brilliance and unfortunate missteps. Despite both players making excellent moves, Carlsen's oversight proved his downfall. The game began as a balanced battle, but ended in a stunning upset, making a turning point in chess history.